A box so powerful it could kill anyone who touched it wrong. Armies carried it into battle and won impossible victories. Then one day, it just vanished. According to the Hebrew Bible, the Ark of the Covenant was constructed around the 13th century BCE, built to house the stone tablets containing the 10 Commandments given to Moses. The biblical book of Exodus describes precise, almost obsessive instructions for its construction: a wooden chest overlaid entirely in gold, with 2 golden cherubim facing each other atop the lid, their wings extended to form what Scripture calls the mercy seat. This wasn't just a container. It was described as the literal dwelling place of God's presence among His people. Biblical accounts describe the ark as carrying genuine, terrifying power. In the book of Samuel, when Philistine soldiers captured the ark in battle, they reportedly suffered plagues and disasters until they returned it out of sheer desperation. Later, a man named Uzzah, according to Scripture, touched the ark to steady it during transport and died instantly. Whether read as literal history or religious symbolism, these stories established the ark early on as something far too dangerous to handle carelessly. For centuries, the ark held a central, physical role in ancient Israelite religious life, reportedly leading the Israelites during their conquest of Canaan and eventually housed permanently within Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, constructed around the 10th century BCE. This was the ark's most stable, well-documented period. It sat at the heart of Jewish religious practice, in the temple's innermost chamber, the Holy of Holies, where only the high priest could enter, and only once a year. Then, the trail goes cold. Biblical and historical records describe Solomon's temple being destroyed by Babylonian forces in 586 BCE, and this is precisely where the ark's documented history simply stops. The Bible never explicitly describes what happened to it during the temple's destruction. It's neither reported as captured, nor destroyed, nor safely relocated. It just disappears from the historical and religious record entirely, without explanation. This sudden silence has fueled roughly 2,500 years of competing theories, and one of the most persistent points directly to Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims the ark was secretly removed from Jerusalem generations earlier, during the reign of King Solomon himself, and has been kept ever since in the town of Aksum, guarded continuously by a single specially appointed monk who reportedly never leaves the sacred chapel where it rests. Ethiopian tradition traces this claim back to Menelik I, described as the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, who allegedly brought the ark to Ethiopia after visiting Jerusalem. To this day, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church maintains that the genuine ark remains secured in Aksum, and remarkably, no outside researcher, historian, or archaeologist has ever been permitted to examine it directly to verify the claim. Other theories point in dramatically different directions. Some historians and biblical scholars propose the ark was hidden deliberately just before Jerusalem's destruction, potentially concealed somewhere beneath the Temple Mount itself, still buried under one of the most politically sensitive and heavily restricted religious sites on earth. Given the site's ongoing religious and political significance, any large-scale excavation searching for it remains essentially impossible in the modern era. Still, other theories suggest the ark was looted by Babylonian forces during the temple's destruction and either melted down for its gold or lost entirely amid the chaos of conquest, never intended for any dramatic secret preservation at all. Under this theory, there's no hidden chamber and no secret monastery waiting to be discovered. There's simply an object destroyed like countless others during a brutal ancient military conquest, its story ending far less mysteriously than legend suggests. Modern archaeology has repeatedly searched for physical evidence, yet nothing conclusive has ever surfaced. Excavations around Jerusalem and the broader region have uncovered extensive evidence of ancient Israelite civilization, but nothing definitively linked to the ark itself. Meanwhile, popular culture, most famously through films like Raiders of the Lost Ark, has kept public fascination alive, even as serious historians remain divided on whether the object described in Scripture was ever quite as described, or whether it still exists in any form at all. So did it end up hidden in Ethiopia, sealed beneath Jerusalem's Temple Mount, or destroyed entirely amid ancient conquest thousands of years ago? After roughly 2,500 years, no definitive evidence has ever settled the question, and the object described as powerful enough to strike people down remains, to this day, genuinely unaccounted for. Maybe that's exactly why the mystery has survived this long. Some questions from ancient history were simply never meant to have a confirmed answer.